Welcome to Shop Talk Live, brought to you by Tools Garage. I'm your host, Dave the Car Guy. Join us today as we dive into the world of car care and industry trends. Whether you're an enthusiast or just have a daily driver, we got you covered. Let's kick off today's episode. What's up, everybody? Dave the Car Guy. You know what time it is. That's right, Shop Talk Live, coming at you live. Today, I have a special guest, good friend of mine, Felipe Rosas from Kool Kustoms. That's KK, Kool Kustoms. They are a upholstery shop. So, Felipe, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
Awesome. So, upholstery. Upholstery is a super unique kind of talent. What got you into that?
Well, first of all, my beginning was my part-time job from high school. So that's how I started doing as a part-time, yeah.
Cool. What, when you think about upholstery, that's working a sewing machine. That's not your typical, that's not your typical our age kind of, dude thing to do. What got you into that?
Well, the main thing when I started, in the upholstery shop, the owner at that time, his name is Daniel. So I went to him and he told me, okay, go ahead and come to the shop. You can start sweeping floors. So that's how I began, sweeping floors.
That's how we've all
I didn't start doing cars, no seats, nothing like that. It took me quite a few months to get to do, the main products, yeah.
Yes. That's cool. So you got into this industry by sweeping the floor like a lot of us did. What kept you in it?
Well, basically, 6 months after I was with him, I was tired of sweeping floors, cleaning the restrooms. I was tired of it.
Yep.
So I went to him and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of doing this. I don't want to do this no more. So he's like, so what do you want to do? I want to learn what you do. And he's like, are you sure you want to learn? I'm like, yeah, I want to learn. So he's like, okay, I'm going to teach you what I know. You're going to be on my side for the next few months until you get it. So it took me a couple of years because it takes a while to.
Oh,
yeah.
My God, I can only imagine.
Yes.
I can only imagine.
So,
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in the car world, right?
Uh-huh.
I've built cars. I've always loved cars. I watch the car shows, and the most intriguing part for me, aside from the metal fabricators, is the interior guys. I'm in awe of those guys. Every time I watch, I'm like, I feel like I can do that. And I've tried. I can't.
Many people have tried.
I cannot.
Many people have tried.
But I've seen some of the stuff that you've done. I've actually had the honor to have some stuff, work done by you. So what about the interior work and that custom design stuff that do you like? What keeps you going?
Well, basically, one of the main things that I like as far as the interior is something that you create and you got to love it to do it. Mm-hmm. If you don't love it, you won't be able to make the product that you want, as a customer. Mm-hmm. You will make the customer happy.
That's right.
There's plenty of upholstery shops out there, I believe that, there's rare shops that they do what they love.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it, yeah.
Yep. Well, weirdly enough, that's the entrepreneurial mindset. Mm-hmm. A lot of us start something because we love it, mm-hmm. right? We love everything about it. Where you get to during that process changes sometimes. I loved working on cars.
Yeah.
I don't really do that on the day-to-day anymore other mm-hmm. than cool stuff. So for you, you love doing that interior work, and it's your passion, and you have the opportunity to make a living doing it.
Yes.
Awesome.
You make a decent living. It's every time you do something for customers, and they come back to pick up their product, their cars, their seats, whatever, you see the reaction of happiness, you know.
Yeah.
Especially customers that they've been somewhere else and they were not happy about it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the customers I love.
Yep. Right. We all love those. We all love those clients. So, Felipe, how many? How big is your shop? How many people do you have working for you?
In the shop, it's only me and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's only two. So it's put it this way, I do the main things. My wife's been with me for many years, so she actually got into so bad that, I mean, she knows how to take a full car apart and she can put it back. So, I mean,
Now we're
that's
talking.
amazing. Yeah,
Now we're talking.
yeah. So
That's awesome. So
yeah.
it's just you and your wife in that
It's
shop.
only me and my wife. Yes,
Wow, it looks like a much bigger place than just you and your wife.
that's what everybody says. Yes.
Awesome. So, any plans on trying to find people to help you out?
Right now, our plan is to expand a little more, and then mean that time find the right people that has, you know, the heart and the love for what we do. Carry on to that. So that's our future plans. Let's see how it happens little by little.
Yeah.
But so far is doing excellent. You know, we've been working with so many cars. I mean, new clientele that we're getting from far distances, you know,
Yeah.
not around here.
Yep.
So they're coming to us. There is a reason. So we would like to, you know, share this knowledge with the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's the trick. That's
Yeah.
the trick, Felipe. You know, we've had some conversations about
Yes,
this,
yeah.
and you know, I read a book. It's called Who, Not How, and I've really been trying to use this mindset, and because my brain is always thinking about, man, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And instead of that question, I need to ask myself, who am I going to find to make this happen? And the who's are out there because they're actually actively looking in most cases for their who, which is you.
yes.
Who is going to allow me to do this and teach me these things? It's magical when you start to apply the thought process.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, for many years I've thought about it, and we tried it with a couple of people.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Yep.
You know, and I think I gotta just focus on myself as far as, you know, not thinking so much as far as, you know, I gotta do the product, I gotta create it to make sure it's 100% correct. You know, I think that's been kind of my mistake on my side.
Oh, every one of
Yeah.
us.
So probably that's what I gotta change to be able to bring someone aboard at the same time.
Yep.
And let them do their business. You
Yep.
know, let them do what we do, and then go from there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a weird point in your ownership life where you do realize you have to let some stuff go, because unless
yeah.
you feel like, hey, I love doing this work, I'm gonna hire a CEO or a president to run my company for me. There's nothing wrong with that either. If you
Yeah.
really just want to do that, great. But when you start to elevate yourself, like,
Yes.
I want to run this company, you need to find your replacement, kind of. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And you know, it's on my industry. All these years I've thought it is really almost impossible because the way I felt it. But you know, later I've been feeling that, you know, there is somebody out there that actually loves to do what I do.
Yep.
And is gonna put their heart onto it, and then you know, follow their dream at the same time.
Yes.
So that's the person that, you know, last time
find
we
him.
spoke about it. That's the person that I gotta locate.
Yep.
You know, and bring it with us aboard. Yeah.
Well, you know, you said you've tried a couple times and it didn't work, and that's good, because at the end of the day, you found a couple of different people and what doesn't work. So you could look for that the next time before
Yeah.
even bringing them in. Hey, is this a characteristic that I see that does not work? Yes, it is. Perfect. Let's just move on, because at the end of the day, it is really how many times can you fail to get to the win?
Yeah.
You know, I use the analogy because I've read it in so many books. A Hall of Fame Major League Baseball player has not hit the ball 7 times out of 10. 300 batting average is 3 times out of 10 they've gotten a base hit. So, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We expect, you know, every time we're swinging the bat, something's happening correctly. Not true at all. So,
yeah, on my side, I think that's what I believe I gotta change personally.
Yes.
You know, because I think that was me. I'm pretty sure there's people out there like how I used to be when I was a teenager that, you know, had the dream of, you know, learning how to do upholstery, how to work on cars, plastic cars, you know, all of these new designs that are coming out. I just gotta give it up and, you know, find the right person that has the heart to get into it. Yeah. And you know what? Probably teach them my new ways, you know.
Yep.
You know, how to handle every single different business. And probably that's one of the main things that I got to do on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, you didn't start your career with the idea that you were going to be awesome at upholstery. You were sweeping the floor and cleaning the bathrooms.
Yes.
So, you know, in today's world, it might be a little different. You know, I think the younger generation has been maybe taught that they can be the CEO of something. You know, after they take the diapers off, but that's not. It's still not entirely true, because you know, in the world of today, with all the media and such, the reality is like you see somebody, you're like, wow, that person is making it. They're just and it seems like, and they're so young. Yeah, that is true. But what you see is what they are today. What you don't see is what did they do to get there?
Yes.
Because they did
a lot.
They did a lot. They put in the work to become the person that it took to do what they're doing right now. Even if that's just working on cars or, you know, owning your upholstery shop.
Yeah.
There was years of stuff culminated to get there.
I think that's one of the main things for anybody that, you know, that becomes, you know, successful on what they do. It wasn't just overnight.
No.
It takes, you know, people years and sacrifice.
Yes.
You know, and all those dreams that you know, every day, every night you go to bed thinking about how can I make it better? You know, that's what people don't see.
Yes.
The behind scenes.
Yes.
You know.
Yep.
And, you know, anybody that is successful, you know, hey, my hat's off because, you know, I know it's really hard.
Yes, yes. You have to respect their journey to get there. So a lot of my younger employees are like, oh my gosh, look at this guy. He just made it on YouTube. He's singing this song and man, he's making like $60,000 a day or a second or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, that would be so awesome. And I'm like, yeah, that is cool. How long before he was able to create that song? You know, how many years was that person practicing to get good enough to do that?
Yes, well, talking about I do remember when I started doing upholstery and I really wanted it to learn. For me, I mean, I remember now that I used to get pieces of material, scraps of pieces of material, and create whatever, and then it was garbage, and then recreate it, and then recreate it. I mean, it was hundreds and hundreds of times to be able to achieve what I wanted. But the difference is that, you know, for me, I really consider myself kind of like perfectionist. So I keep trying until I get it right. That takes a lot, but that's how I am, you know. Talking about the what we create at the shop, we can do it once, and if I'm not happy with it, I gotta redo it. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I gotta do it, you know,
Yep.
because I just gotta be happy.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And yeah, sometimes even my clients, my customers, they come in and like, hey, Felipe, you know, it's perfect. I'm like, I don't know. You know what? Come back because I'm gonna make a couple adjustments.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because that makes me happy.
Yes.
That is what makes me happy.
Yep. Yep.
Sometimes, you know, customers, for them it's perfect.
Yep.
But you know, if for me it's not perfect, I gotta fix it.
Yep. We just had a conversation with Will last week on perfectionists, and a lot of us have that disease. So it's but you know, it is what creates that entrepreneur or that intrapreneur or that perfect employee. It's being able to harness your magic and make it so it's a positive. You know, there's a lot of things that that I see and I point out, and you know, for me, I feel like it's making the world a better place. And you know, my wife doesn't think that it makes the world a better place. Sometimes she wants to punch me in the face. But it's using your eyes, your heart, your desire to help the world, right? I mean, it's interior, but you're helping the world by going, look, this is what your level of expectation should be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
See it.
I mean, I do it every day. I've seen interiors that have done by other shops, other people, that literally, you know, it's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's just garbage.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I've learned, you know, if we're gonna do something, let's do it right.
Yep.
Let's just do it right. I don't care what he said. Upholstery, mechanic, you
Yep.
know, anything you do in life, I think there's only one way, and just do it right.
Yes.
And
Yep.
that's how I've done it. Yeah, it's
All the people like us in this world, who
Uh-huh.
that is what our belief is, have created great companies for others to work for who are like-minded. So keep that in mind when you're just yourself, and if you're really thinking about expansion, it's finding the right people. And you know, this part that you cannot train is character. Find a good character. You will find somebody who you could teach your craft to. So the other thing that we've had some conversations about, because I've been to your shop several times,
Yeah.
and sadly I can't even take credit for finding Kool Kustoms. I have to give that credit to my wife. We needed some upholstery work done for our old Infinity, because the thing runs like a champ. It's got many 100,000 miles on it. Still looks new, still runs new, but the interior didn't look new. It was beat. And she found Kool Kustoms, Mr. Felipe. So we went down there, had some work done, and since then I'm working on my '67 Camaro, my high school car. He just did some really, really nice upholstery on it because I'm finally taking some time to clean that thing up. But we've had some great conversations, and some of it has stemmed around like, you know, we're both pretty much hardworking individuals, right? And sometimes your family and your friends think, oh my gosh, this guy's loaded, or he's got it all figured out, and you know, he probably has lots of money, you know, and that's definitely what
Yeah.
employees think too. You know, they think you're rich. So that bugs us a little bit. Why is that? I mean, does that I know that happens to you too, right?
well, yeah, I think it happens to a lot of people on a certain level.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's really common for that to happen. You know, but what friends, because usually it's people that, you know, we're surrounded by.
Yes.
You know, family. You know, their belief is okay. This guy is killing it. You know,
Yeah.
he has a bunch of money under
Yes.
under his bed or
mattress,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. But in reality, it is not like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're working because we have a purpose.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And that purpose is going to take us, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years, whatever. But we're working for that purpose. It's
Yep.
not, we don't have it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are working for it
Yep.
every single day.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if shines, rains, storms.
Yep.
We are working.
Yep.
Isn't
Yep.
it?
Yep. My wife is very much, she's very, adamant about like not wanting people to think that we have a lot of money and, you know, this and that and the other, because we truly don't. What we do have, when people ask, "Oh, are you rich, Dave?" And I'm like, yes. I am rich because I love what I do. I get to help so many people. If you're asking me if I'm wealthy, not yet. Not yet.
There
But
you
I
go,
am
yeah.
working on that. But it takes me to become even better of a person to help more people to become rich in their own way before wealth will ever show up for me. But she is very adamant about it. I don't want people to see, know that anything, they assume that we have money, and I'm like, look, I agree with that, but I also believe, and I know you can't change that. You cannot change how people are going to perceive that. So, I mean, what can you do? Fight it, or just be like, you know what? Think what you got to think, but I'm going to do what I got to do. That's
Yeah, I think it gets to a point where, first of all, our circle, family, friends, brothers, sisters, obviously, realistically, that's what they're gonna think.
Yeah.
And we have to understand them, But by the end of the day, I mean, it's the reality. We know it,
Yeah.
and all we can do is share what we can a little bit if they let us.
Yep.
Because that's another thing that I've learned in life is, just because we know something different and is working for us, doesn't mean they're ready to take on it.
Yes.
Okay? So that's what I've learned. You know what? I'm going to keep my mouth closed. If you come and ask me, I'll tell you what I know
Happily
so far.
share. Yeah.
Because I don't know everything.
Yeah.
I don't know the answers of everything, I go as day by day. But so far it's been working for me.
Yep.
So it might work for somebody else.
Yep. Yep. There's so many sayings. So many
There-
sayings.
yes, yeah.
You can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. When the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yes.
It's just one of those things. And the entrepreneurial spirit, we do what makes us appear rich or having it all together is that the fact that we do like to share to enhance someone else's life around us, because that at the end of the day, that is what makes us feel good, right?
Definitely, yes.
With upholstery, oh man, I feel great because I'm going to make that person feel great, right?
Yes.
That's the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah. So now that you mentioned that, a couple of weeks ago, I have a customer came in, 2024 Honda, brand new out of the lot. Brand new out of the lot. He came in. He wasn't happy with the seats. They were not comfort. They didn't. It didn't have the comfort that they needed.
Yeah.
So they brought it only for the passenger side because passenger side because the wife was
Uncomfortable.
was really uncomfortable.
Yep.
So
That does not make for a good car ride, by the way.
So we took all the seat apart, added some padding, we did what we thought was going to be the best thing.
Yep.
Added padding, created different, and then customer came in. She saw what we did, she was super happy because of that reason.
Yep.
Okay. Few days later, they came back. Owner of the car. Now I want the driver's side because I want the same.
Yeah.
I want the same. A brand new car,
Yep.
And this is what makes me happy. Now they can go on a ride and you be comfortable
Yep,
about it,
exactly.
So I love it.
Yep.
At the same time, obviously we make money.
Yeah.
But by the end of the day, I'm happy that they're comfortable and they're happy now with their car.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
2 days later, for some reason, a customer, 86 years old. He was gonna travel all the way to on the other side of Vegas to visit his son. 86 years old. 86. I was impressed, to be honest with you guys. He was able to drive really good. He walked like he didn't seem like 86 to me. I'm like, God damn it, this. I mean, it's
good shape.
I even asked him, "What do you do? Tell me what. Give me the
secret.
What vitamins or tell me what have you done in your life?" Well, he's like, "Nope, nothing." I just try to be easy in life. That's all the answer he gave me.
Yeah.
Easy in life. Same thing. We ended up adding padding as almost 2 inches thickness to his seat, so he can drive all the way to see his son and come back okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So those things is what makes me happy.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it.
Yep.
But we can do it.
Yep.
And it's a pleasure for me having those customers and fixing their problems.
Yep.
Sometimes I get customers or people, well, I went to 5 shops. I got already all of these price estimates. You know
Yep.
what? You know why my answer is? You're not coming here for the estimate.
Yeah.
You're coming here because the product is going to be well done.
Yes.
That's all I can tell you.
Yes.
You want something well done? Come to me.
Yeah.
If not, there's plenty of place over there. Obviously, most of them end up regretting it.
Yep.
Because that's what is going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
But by the end of the day, it's all about doing the right thing.
Yep.
And if we're doing the right thing and makes us happy, that's it.
Yep. That's business.
That's it.
That's literally the secret sauce. It's not rocket science. We operate a very similar. We call it a win-win-win.
Yeah.
It's winning for the client, winning for their car, and winning for our company. If the deal is not that, somebody walks away not feeling good. And at the end of the day, that's not what we're after. I am not the cheapest shop in town. If that is what your goal is, I will help you. That is not what you found. If you were looking at it as what is the best value for my money, now we're talking. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I will make sure that is right. I will cover that thing for longer than it should be because I want to make sure you are happy, your car is happy, and we're happy. That way you tell your friends and you continue to come back and see us.
That's the way it works.
Right?
We don't win all of them, but with time and experience, their bad experiences out there, they end up coming back.
Yes. Yep.
Because that's the way it works.
Yep. Just leave a good mark. Just leave a good mark.
That's it. Yeah.
Person.
I mean, I go through that every single day with customers coming back to me. You know what? I know you're gonna tell me this, but I do went to the other place, and you know what? I don't like it. I'm not happy. They had it for 6 months, 9 months, and then it's not done yet. I mean, all of these excuses,
But I saved $50.
But I saved. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, we can make it happen for you, and we have a process that we got to go through, and then we have a time that we're gonna give you.
Yep.
And it must be done in between that time.
Yeah.
That's the way I personally work.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't take on any job if I'm not working on it.
Yep.
That's the way it is. I've learned that since I was a teenager when I was working for the other shop, on my beginnings. I used to see these shops of the shop of the upholstery where I work for piling at work.
Yeah.
The next door there was a body shop piling up work.
Yep.
And I see customers coming in and they're yelling, hey, it's been 6 months, 9 months, it's been over a year, and fighting, because they want their car.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want their car.
Yep.
And it shouldn't take that long.
No. That's poor workflow management. Easy when you're a one-man show because you know what you can do, right? So you know what you
Correct.
can
Yeah.
take in. But I will tell you, as you expand, because I do believe that you will, you do have to find that balance of work to take in because making sure you stay busy is a whole lot different than making sure a team of five stays busy. It's
Yes.
an instrumental change. Even what it took to keep you busy will not keep this one other person busy because you are doing that and this and this and this and this and that and that and that and that. They are not. They are doing that. So there is that comes down to that workflow management, which is it's a job in itself, and it's what a lot of entrepreneurs are not that great at. You know, we're good at what we jumped into business to do,
Yes.
but scaling is a whole different world. You know,
I believe we learn as we go.
yeah,
We don't know everything. I've learned from everybody. I even learned from you. Everybody I speak to, they have some kind of knowledge. I love talking to people
yep,
because they give me a lot of advice, and sometimes they don't even know it.
yep,
you know. But I hear them out, and that's how I learn every day.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
willing to learn. I want to learn more.
yep,
I want to read more books. I want to do something better for our tomorrow. For our people.
yep,
That's what we want.
yep,
But we don't know it. We don't know it all. Sometimes I get my wife. I get a special product, car or seats or whatever that we got to do, and I don't know it all. I go and do so much research on what I got to do. I mean, even my wife's like, "Are you crazy? You spend hours trying to figure out how to do it right for this job." I'm like, "Hey, that's the only way I'm comfortable
yep,
doing things."
yep,
Because now I know this is the way to do it right.
yes,
And that makes me happy. And I didn't learn that part only for, let's say, for whatever I'm doing for one time. Now I have that knowledge for anything coming in related to that part. Yeah.
Exactly.
You
I
know?
mean, upholstery is upholstery, but at the end of the day, there are airbags, there's heater elements, there's massages, there's all kinds of stuff in
Yes.
seats that you do not want to unplug or
Yes.
incorrectly or do anything incorrectly because those are big dollar items and some are explosive. So
Yes.
yeah, you're right into trying making sure I got it dialed in before I
Yes.
take it. It's all in the prep. If I don't know, you probably don't weld at the upholstery shop, but when people ask, "Oh man, I really love to weld," well, grab a welder and weld. That's actually the easy part. It's prepping the surface for the right fitment and the angles and getting it mocked up so it won't move before you weld is 4 times longer than just
Yes.
it's all in the prep. Almost every aspect of life is all in the prep.
Anything we do.
Yeah, everything we do.
Anything we do, it's we got to make a choice how we want to do it, how we want to live it, what changes we want to make. But I think, if we try every day to make changes to ourselves, I think we're doing a lot. I really think we're doing a lot.
Yeah.
Because I mean, especially on this time on these years, you go out there, you're driving, or you go to any kind of a store. There's always something going on, something negative.
Yep.
Am I correct?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
always something negative going on. But if we as individuals, we make that change of try to be a better person every day,
Yep.
the world will be in way better position than where
Absolutely.
we're standing.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's all up to us to make those little changes. It doesn't take a lot. It's only a little bit.
It's the sacrifice that you have to make to to become a better person. You know, there's a lot of books that I've read have this sentiment in it, and it's like success is the result of the character you become. It's not just, I just want it. Wow. You have to prepare to be able to have it. That's the reality of it.
You're not ready for it.
Yes, you're
That's
not.
that's reality.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we want it, but we're not ready for it.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
even if it was given to us, that would have been, you know, a disaster.
Yep.
So a lot of people, we as a humans, a lot of us go through it, and we have opportunities in life, you know. But do we really were ready for it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Because if we would have been ready, anybody can be successful.
Yep.
But they gotta be ready for it. They gotta be ready to give up on a lot of things.
Yep.
Life, family, friends, you know, because by the end of the day, that's it.
Yep. Got to
There's-
put in the work. Mental, physical, whatever your success looks like, you have to be ready
Yeah.
to put in the work.
But you know that teaches us that anything is possible. You know, I remember my younger years, I used to think like American dream. Now, a lot of people I heard too many times. There's no American dream. Too many times, even on the news. American dream, it doesn't exist no more. That's what they believe. You know what? And that's how I used to believe. I'm sorry, but you know, American dream is what? Buying a house, having a nice, decent car, and having a nice, decent job with your family, being able to go on a vacation once in a while. Well, most of the people gave up on the American dream because of the media, all of this is chaos going on around
Yeah.
us, you know.
Yep.
But we got to change it. I speak for myself, you know. We have to change that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can do whatever we want, but you know, we put our own limits. We do.
Yep.
But if we're not willing to sacrifice anything as far as making changes, you know, read a few books, you know, change the way we behave, you know, if we make this much money, how much are we keeping? Really, how much are we keeping? You know, most of the people, whatever they make, they spend and more.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to have a credit card. You know, it's really easy.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, the American dream got lost. You know, and
Yeah.
that was me at one point. You know.
Yeah.
Until I decide to make changes, read books, you know, think different,
Yep.
you know, and be wise with your money.
The American dream is always here and here.
Correct,
If
yes.
you don't have this and this, you just have stuff. There's the ability to do anything that appears to be this facade of the American dream. Well, I could just go do this and it's the same thing. No, there is nothing that is actually really worth it that isn't work. And you know, until you re-accept that,
Yes.
yeah, then you'll be in that the little wheel running. But there's guys like us that are like, no. The ultimate rebellion for me is to be extremely successful and have those around me do the same. I don't watch TV, so I don't have the hype of the negativity. I'm just,
Yeah.
hey man, I am gonna go do what I gotta do, and I want people around me to win. You know, so we talk about you know, the coming on the show. You said your wife is sounds amazing. By the way, I haven't met her yet, but she said, you got to do this, Felipe. You know, we're trying to do it here at the shop, and you clam up like a puffer fish, and you know, don't say anything. What do you think? And how it's not that bad, right?
You know what? All the way around, it's a great experience of life. You know, right now we're in a position where we can say it. You know, it's perfect. We can put it that way. But now that we're in that position, I look back and you know what? It's perfect when we want to make it perfect.
Yeah.
We have to decide that,
Yeah.
you know.
It's up to us.
It's up to us, you know. Because, I mean, no matter what and what circumstances you have in your life, everybody struggles.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, whoever we're looking at, they're struggling one way or another.
Yep.
And they try to make it better for themselves, you know.
Yep.
You talk about, you know, all the younger entrepreneurs, you know, that some of them are really successful. But some of them, most of the ones that were successful, they started from years and years before.
Yeah.
And, you know, they decided to go and do their thing instead of being, put it this way, playing games every day. And they decided to go and try their little things or the little projects to do that instead of after school going home and playing games.
Yep.
So, but that's the part that, you know, we don't see.
Even in that aspect of it, because I know some people,
Mm-hmm.
they're very successful playing video games.
Yes.
But what people see is, oh my gosh, this guy's playing video games and he gets all this stuff now. Yes, but there was years of playing this game, refining it, getting better and better and better, and mastering it and mastering it and mastering it, and all the grinding hours of doing the same thing over and over to get here to the part that people see. It's the same. It's the same as, you know, mastering the concept of mechanics and upholstery. It's the years, the months, the years, the decades of mastery that you don't see until you do.
Yeah, it really takes a lot of time, you know. Yeah. It takes a lot of experience, a lot of practice. I mean, I was 16 years old when I started my my experience of learning upholstery. You know, obviously at that time I didn't know it was gonna be my big thing. You know, because to be honest with you, I look back and I didn't want to have a heavy job. I saw myself all the time. With the suit. Remember you told me about this? Yeah. That's how I saw myself all the time. I was like, that's how I want to be. And that's how I'm going to be. And you know what? And for some reason, it didn't work. But I didn't want to, for sure, I didn't want to have a hard job. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
You know, so I always kind of run away from that. Yeah. I didn't want to work in any kind of stores. I did telemarketing for 5 years of my life. And, you know, I didn't love it. I got to a point where, you know, I needed to quit that, you know, to do my own thing because it wasn't me. Yeah. It just wasn't me. So I ended up, you know, giving it up and then came back to what I love. Yep. You know, doing the upholstery, working with cars, classic cars, because, you know, cars is just, I love cars. If I were to be a wealthy millionaire, I'll buy a big shop just to have the cars that I want to have.
That's right.
That would be me.
That's my goals too. Simple life. So I'll tell you, you know, as a car aficionado, I've built several. I go to lots of car shows, and you know, a lot of cars look great under the hood, fantastic. The outside looks really beautiful, but the moment that I'm walking out down a row of cars and I see one that stands out, the first thing I do, I go to the window and I look inside, because that's the part that often gets shortchanged, because people, when they build the car, it goes from the outside to the drivetrain and everything's done, and then they're like done with the car and they're like, oh my God, I need interior. Interior is not cheap. To do it right, you are spending money on it. Maybe not as much as a paint job, but it's up there, right? To do it right. And that's the part where everybody's like, oh, I got to pull the plug on how much I'm spending on this. I'm going to put some stock interior in there, maybe make it look a little good. That's the first thing I'm looking at. I'm looking at, is the interior dialed in? Sweet. I'm going to continue looking at the rest of this car. The interior makes the car, period. That is what finishes it. So at the end of the day, Kool Kustoms is the finisher of automobiles. What's your favorite part about doing the interior? What do you really love to do? Like seats, door panels, dashes. What do you think?
For me, the thing that I love most as far as cars and doing the interior is the seats. I think the seats is one of kind of the main parts of the seats, because it's not only comfort.
Yeah.
It's the actual design of what customer wants. We try to personalize for what the customer wants.
Yep.
So that's what we build. I speak to the client, and I kind of get an idea of what they're looking for, what do they want, and then we build something on what they're telling us. That's how we do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So most of our clientele is like they can say something about what was built, because that's what they wanted. It's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's what they wanted.
Yes. Yeah.
So that makes it better. Yeah.
The part when I'm watching these TV shows is when they're building speaker enclosures and different little designs on things, how they manipulate the MDF with the shaping of the wood, the Bondo, and then getting the upholstery to just look good in those unique shapes. That part, I find myself like this watching the thing. It's like, do you do any of that type of work, or do you just focus mostly on the fabric?
We focus mostly on the fabric. The reason for that is because to create something different, we can, but that takes we're talking about a lot of hours.
Yes.
I mean, put it this way, we can build a center console to personalize what you want, but you got to spend weeks to create it.
Yep.
So
which equals,
I mean, you're spending too many hours into it. So there's really, really rare people that want that and can afford that. Yeah.
Yes.
So for that reason, the majority of our work is full interiors. Unless they want to customize something, then we jump to that road.
Yep.
But most of them is just interiors.
Yeah, the upholstery part of it. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these fancy cars at car shows and stuff, and you look at the interior and you're like, wow, that does not at all look like it came in that year car.
Yes.
Feel for those owners, because it cost some good money to make that happen. And at the end of the day, that's what they wanted. And if it looks great, that's a win-win-win, right?
Oh yeah, for anything, center consoles, that's one of the main things. Door panels, that's another thing that can be created. But anything to be fully customized, created with fully designed, it takes weeks on one product. I'm talking about center console, weeks.
Yeah.
Door panel, weeks.
Yep.
So all of that, that's why you see only really, really rare cars. Most of the cars that are customized like that, you're talking about now, they're $300,000 cars. Mm-hmm. And we get a couple of them at the shop, but I mean, they're rare.
Yep.
Those cars are rare.
Yeah. I have some really nice upholstery in my truck, because as my brain knows, as soon as I finished it and the upholstery wasn't done, I said, I cannot fizzle out right here. It has to get done. And the guys in Santa Clara, I don't know if you've heard of Finish Line Interiors.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
He's the one who did the interior on the truck, and it turned out great. It did take a long time to do, because it does. But man, they did a great job, and that at the end of the day is what Kool Kustoms is all about. That is the finish line. That is the end of your build, is your interior, and you have to kind of finish it like that.
That's the only way. Yeah.
Yep.
And remember, we we do a little bit of everything, you know.
Yeah.
We do little repairs as far as whenever you get in your car or truck, you always damage the edge of it.
Yep.
You know, we do a lot of those repairs. You
Yep.
know, so we do anything from that basic to customizing the full interior.
Yep.
So we always have something to do. Yeah.
That's awesome. So we're gonna have you tell everybody how to find you in a moment, but to get back to the initial conversation when I said I want to have you on this show, and you told me, nope, I can't do it. As soon as a camera is on me, I turn into a photo.
Yes, I freeze. I freeze. Yeah.
So you didn't freeze. You've done a great job.
Oh, you didn't notice it?
I know you well enough already that you flowed with it, and I'm sure your wife is happy because I know she's gonna watch it and be like, "See,
yeah,
I told you, I told you." How was it? Not bad, right?
You know what? I thought about not coming, to be honest with you.
I know you did. It happens every time.
You know, I thought about not coming, but when I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, I do it.
That's why I made you say yes.
You know, so if I tell you I'm gonna be there a certain time, I will be there.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what. So even though I really feel comfortable talking in front of a camera.
Yep.
You know what? I realize, what is the worst that can happen? I mean, really, what is the worst that can happen?
Seriously.
So
a dart comes shooting out of it
yeah,
and hits you right in the head.
What is the worst that can happen? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Maybe there's somebody out there that, wants to know or will trigger them, keep trying to do something better in life. Because I come from that background.
Yep.
I mean, I come from the background that not having even something to eat on the table to, the position that we are right now. We're not in a great position, but we're not in the, in the old position.
You got
put it that
food,
way. Yeah.
you got your home, a lovely wife. What else? What else you need?
So we're in an excellent position. Speaking of that, so I know there's people out there like me used to think like, it's not possible to do this. It's not possible to do that. Now I believe and I feel like, what? If we're going to be able to touch one person to make a change in their lives, we're doing good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
We're doing good.
I truly believe having you on here is to hopefully put this in front of the right person that needs to see it, that says, man, I could totally relate to Felipe. And my God, I would love to go work for that guy because I want that. I hope that is what comes out of this.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, two things. I hope that is what comes out of it, and I hope that Felipe is like, that wasn't that bad. I blacked out for a little bit, but I feel pretty good. Like I could do this again, and maybe we could do it at my own shop, and my wife can help me, and we could highlight some of the cool stuff we do. And that one person that was maybe a little shy but saw this in this podcast now sees what we do and what we're about in the shop. I might get that phone call. So if that what comes of this, I'm happy. Right.
Definitely, it's not as bad as I thought, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It feels a little, shaky. I've told Dave, that I'm able to speak in front of a crowd. I'm able to do that. But the minute I feel a camera, pointing at me, I just get blocked out. I'm like,
that's it.
I'm frozen. I'm frozen. I cannot say anything else. But that's how I felt.
Yeah.
So to come over here and talk to you over all of this, and then I just kind of prepare myself. You know what? I want to do it.
Yeah.
I should do it. I should be a great experience. And then
and you got 2 cameras on you.
Yeah.
And you still didn't.
Don't say that.
I'll tell you, man. This is no joke. So most people know by now I was a introvert, bad. And I have since done a couple of industry speaking events, which I still look at it. I'm like, oh God, I can't believe I did that. But one event I went to, a conference, I took my video production team with me, and I'm I'm with 400, 500, 600 shop owners in this convention center, and I have someone following me around with a camera, and we would stop every once in a while and set up, and and I'd be doing my thing, and everybody's walking by going, "What the hell's this guy doing?" That was the clincher to eliminate all the fear that I have, because I don't remember the first couple times I had to stop and do that, because I was like, no, in my mind, no. But I did it, and I watched some of the film. And I'm like, oh, no, I didn't do that bad. I don't remember what I said at all, but I was like, oh, that wasn't bad. So that whole weekend, we did that a lot, and I was like, you know what? If I could do that, I think I'm cured. I think I'm cured.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll wet myself anymore. I think I'm cured. I'm good. So Felipe, it's been awesome having you here, checking out the shop, getting a chance to talk with you even more. You are an inspiration. You're an inspiration to me. And I hope that you're an inspiration to somebody else out there who's right on the fence of that decision. Mm-hmm. How can people find Kool Kustoms?
Kool Kustoms, obviously anybody can Google Kool Kustoms, and we're located in Lodi, California. Mm-hmm. We have that business open for the past 10 years. We used to be located in Modesto. Now our main shop is in Lodi. So,
10 years, congratulations.
Yeah, so it's been 10 years and a couple of months. It's been good. It's been awesome. It's our clientele is just awesome. It's the best. It's we try to give them the best, so, and they really appreciate that part.
Yeah, for sure.
They fully appreciate it. And the way we handle our business with every customer, take our time to explain what is gonna happen, what options do they have, and which route do they want to go with the product, or whatever. Could be something really basic, or could be a full interior. It's been fantastic.
And as a client, I'm going to tell you, those are the facts. People are happy with the work that you do. So, website, Kool Kustoms, that's with KK, Kool Kustoms. Any Instagram or TikTok or anything like that?
There's we're through Facebook under Kool Kustoms too. Yeah,
Kool Kustoms and Facebook. So anybody out there looking to get anything done interior wise, whether it be repair, whether it be, hey, I got a brand new car and this seat just blows, Felipe is the man. It's going to get that thing squared away. And for your hot rods or classics, when you want to finish that ride, you come talk to this gentleman here. All right, Felipe, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Any last words of wisdom? Any last piece of the puzzle for that someone on the fence looking to come to work for Felipe? Kool
yeah,
Kustoms?
Definitely. Yeah, it's we're trying to expand. That's our goal, and it's obviously it's our future goal for the next few months or years, if possible. Anybody out there that obviously is looking to learn what we do, or they know they have the knowledge already and they know they can do better in life, well, look for us, and we'll be happy to give you guys a hand, give the best advice that we can, and probably bring you aboard with us, if everything works out. So, but yeah, that's the main thing. Keep doing what you can, whatever. It doesn't have to be related to upholstery. It could be a mechanic, working with wood, or anything out there. Just do your best, and learn more from it, and then try to be the best product out there, you know. And then the more we do that, then obviously the better we're gonna get at it. So
right.
Thank you for having us, Dave. And then maybe it'll be a next time.
That's right. You'll be even more prepared. We'll get him to come out here in one of his suits that he was talking about.
Yeah, I'll bring a suit and everything. Yeah.
Felipe, thank you for coming to the show. And I'm Dave the Car Guy, signing out. Thanks for listening to Shop Talk Live. For more episodes, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Tools Garage. Remember, drive safe and stay tuned for more. Until next time, I'm Dave the Car Guy, signing out.